So good morning, Mike. I have the honor to have a short interview with Mike Mandl, a renowned Shiatsu practitioner from Austria. And he's going to be one of the facilitators at the Eastern European Shiatsu Piknik that will take place in August this year in Hungary at Lake Balaton, August 12, 13, 14. So Mike, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Victor. Good morning.
Yes, and can I ask you to just introduce yourself?
Okay, yeah. First of all, thanks a lot for the invitation, and also thanks a lot for planning this picnic. I think it's a great idea. To my person, yes, I've been doing Shiatsu for 30 years now, and most of the time fully professional. This means I make a living out of it since 30 years. And I started my education in the Hara Shiatsu Institute in Vienna, which back then was led by Thomas Nellison, who was a direct disciple of Shizuto Masunaga. So I chose this style because I liked it to be close to the founder of the Shiatsu style that became popular in Europe. So I worked very closely with Thomas. I've been his prime student for 25 years, and then I took over the school, and we still run it, and enjoyed a lot. And I think the school has become famous because we worked a lot in the hospitals. So we tried to go into the hospitals with Shiatsu. We tried to find out what can Shiatsu do in hospital, in a clinical setting. And this was a very nice adventure for us to create a bridge between traditional medicine and Western medicine. So I think this approach inspired my style of Shiatsu very much. And besides that, I do a lot of clients, and I think this is still very important to do a lot of treatments, especially if you are a teacher. You have to, to prove what you do on a daily basis. So my life right now has 3 to 4 components. So one part is running the school. We are quite a big school in Austria. We have between 70 and 100 students on our school. And the other part is, I do clients, a lot of clients. The third part is I give a lot of workshops all over Europe. And then, yes, I've written a couple of books on Shiatsu. Some of them are available in English, and one will be translated in Polish too. So life keeps me quite busy, and I enjoyed a lot, and I'm really looking forward to come to your picnic.
Okay, thank you so much. So you're a very experienced Shiatsu practitioner and teacher. And so you're busy and you accepted our invitation in August. So we're going to have fun for sure. So it's going to be a series of workshops. But we are going to make sure that this 3-day event will be a lot of fun for all the Shiatsu practitioners and teachers who will join us and participate. So speaking of this picnic, why? Because you said you look forward to participating and coming to join us. Why do you think it's important to have this Eastern European Shiatsu picnic?
Well, I think there are 2 aspects. So if you see the development of Shiatsu, especially in Europe, the first stage of development, you had all the big masters and the pioneers, and those people were very important to pave the ground for Shiatsu in Europe. But I think times have changed. We are stepping out of this masters, the masters view and the masters leading Shiatsu. I think we come to the time where we have, we have to work together. We have to create a community where we work together on the goal of really bringing Shiatsu to the people. And this can be done if we connect, if we make connections, if we form a very strong Shiatsu community. And I think the picnic has this idea to connect with each other, to form a community, and the community, if a strong community can make Shiatsu strong. So I like all initiatives who create this kind of community spirit. So that's one aspect. And the other aspect is I like the Eastern countries. I really like them. Why? It's funny, but I think the future of medicine is folk medicine. I really believe that the future of medicine will be folk medicine. So we have to go back to the roots. So why? So on the one hand, we have a very strong medical evolution in science and evolution in the technical approach to medicine, which is very nice. And sometimes Western medicine, they can create magic. They can cure like uncurable diseases. And this development is going on and on and on. And we have to be proud that we have this approach to medicine. But on the other hand, what we are seeing right now, the healthcare system is very cost intensive. And we can see it in Austria. Many treatments are not available for everyone now. So the costs are exploding. So maybe we will come to a time where it's very hard to finance the healthcare system for everyone. And in the last year, we had a shortage of certain drugs. We had a shortage of antibiotics. We had a shortage of painkillers. That was really, painkillers for children with cancer. So we had a shortage of this drug. So awful situation. And for some operations, you have to wait 1 year, 1.5 years for standard operations like artificial hip joint. You have to wait 1.5 years. So you can see Western medicine is very good, but maybe it's not available for everyone anymore, and the costs explode. So we need alternatives. And I think the alternative, and it's funny because we talk about alternative medicine, but there are so many complaints and so many issues that can be addressed with very simple methods like Shiatsu. They don't cost much, they are very effective, and they can take care of many diseases who are now treated in hospitals or with the doctors. So I think we have to create some kind of folk medicine again that takes care of the diseases that don't really need that don't need a medical treatment. And there are many complaints. It's very funny because, for example, in Austria we call it the somatoform illness. You could say it's kind of psychosomatic illness, but that's a huge topic because 8 out of 10 people in their lifetime will encounter one of those illnesses. 8 out of 10, that's 80%. And
that's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. And those are the most cost-intensive clients. Why? Because there is no organic or physiological background for those illnesses. So they go to one doctor, they make a check, the doctor doesn't find anything, so they go to the next doctor, then they go to a hospital, then they go to the next doctor. So statistically, they are looking for 7 to 8 doctors or diagnoses to find something. They're very cost intensive. But there is no organic background, no physiological background, so it's more about the lifestyle. It's your lifestyle that creates those issues, and those issues can be addressed very well with folk medicine. So if we integrate ourselves in the medical system and we take care of those kind of diseases, we can contribute a lot. That doesn't cost much. It's healthy for your body. So I think we need this revolution of the folk medicine again to ensure that everyone has an approach to a working healthcare system. And it's just my feeling that in the Eastern countries, people are more open to this approach. They're more open to this kind of medicine. So I like to work with those countries. So great idea with the picnic, and let's spread the folk medicine in the East. That's it.
What you're saying very much resonates with what our aim is, absolutely. And we hope that this picnic will be kind of first or second step towards something bigger, more of a cooperation, more of learning from each other, sharing experiences, and strengthening, as you said, folk medicine Shiatsu exactly. So I think it's very, very interesting what you've just been saying. Mike, you're going to hold a workshop on the second day of the picnic, and the topic for all the workshops to be held is my passion about Shiatsu. So could you please tell us a little bit more about what your passion about Shiatsu is?
Yeah, that's a good question. After 30 years, you don't have passion anymore.
Okay, so what do you have?
No, it's a funny point. I think it's very important to be passionate about something. And people, yes, I'm passionate. Yes, I am. But in the long term, I think it's more important to have a commitment and a dedication to what you do. I think these are more important mental qualities to keep you all the way, for years. But anyway, yes, of course, there are many fascinating aspects in Shiatsu. And I think one of the most fascinating aspects of Eastern medicine is to see people not isolated or separated from the external circumstances and dynamics. So this is like the view of the human being in Eastern medicine, you're part of a bigger environment, you're part of a bigger dynamics that unfold. And in Western thinking, we separate ourselves from the environment. We separate ourselves from other people. We even separate the mind from the body, and we separate the illnesses we have from our person. Like if the illness has nothing to do with the person who has the illness, and the Western medicine is focused on treating the illness. And but Eastern medicine is focused on treating the person, the whole person. And I think that's an approach we can learn a lot from, because into this treatment you consider all possible influences. You consider the lifestyle. You consider the behavior, the developmental history of the person. You consider the personal goals. You consider the constitution, the climatic conditions, and even the social and the cultural environment, and much more. And so you don't study illness alone. You study almost everything that has to do with the person, with life itself. And in all those areas, our main intention is to create a harmony between yin and yang, or to create a harmony between two polarities. And that's very fascinating, because you can make that approach like on many levels. I think yin and yang is one of the first philosophies you discover when you learn Shiatsu, or when you learn TCM. But it's also the principle you come back after 30 years, but with a whole different understanding. So my main focus in my study now is yin and yang again. So if you take yin and yang to Shiatsu, I think the first step is, how can you harmonize yin and yang in the meridian system? The viewpoint of Shiatsu is we work with Kyo and Jitsu. Kyo and Jitsu are not yin and yang, but they are expressions of a disharmony between yin and yang. So the first step would be, okay, let's harmonize this energy in the meridian system, and that's the basis for a healthy body-mind system, because then energy can flow freely. So I would say this is level one. But then you can take the idea further. What does this mean? For example, we have the body, which is yin, then we have the mind, the consciousness, which is yang. So the next step is, how can I harmonize the connection between body and mind? So this is already one step further. You're not only working with the meridian system, but with the whole person. How can I create more unity in the person? How can I make the whole system more, integrated? And then you can even go further, So the next step would be, for example, okay, what is my role in life? Because in Eastern thinking, our position is between heaven and earth. So we have the influence of heaven, and the heaven is yang, and then we have the earth, and the earth is yin. So our role is to create a healthy balance between the influence of heaven and the influence of earth. So what does this mean? From heaven we get inspiration, we get our vision, we get our destiny. So how can we arrange our vision of life, our destiny, our spirituality with the worldly affairs, like what do I do in my life, how do I earn my money, etc., etc. So it goes very deep, because I think this covers like one of the most basic questions: why I am here, what is my role in life. So if you study Shiatsu, you can choose to work with the meridians, you can create a healthy balance in the meridians, but you can go all the way till what is my role in life, why I'm here, and you can go even further, because like if you really try to create balance between and yang, this is the door to union, like to get in contact, with the underlying principle of everything. So, it's a huge topic, and this is what fascinates me, because it never ends. It just depends on what is your focus and how is your own personal development. And I still, I do it 30 years, but I still feel I'm just in the beginning.
So you have the beginner's mind, I guess, then, right?
Yes.
One last question, Mike. As far as I know, you consider yourself to be a traditionalist in the Shiatsu world. How is that in your Shiatsu practice, or how is that in your teaching?
Shiatsu is a very young method, and it's very interesting. So what are the roots of Shiatsu? And I always have this picture in my mind of a tree. A tree can grow healthily if it has strong roots. And out of this trunk, there might be many branches and many blossoms, which are very nice. But right now, as I see the development of Shiatsu, we have many branches and we have many blossoms, but we have no common trunk. And we don't really have roots. For example, yes, what are our basic principles? What is Shiatsu built on? Is it built on yin and yang? Yes or no? Is it built on chi? Yes or no? Is it built on meridians? Yes or no? So, and if you don't have a solid basement, you get too many personal interpretations. And I think personal interpretations, well, they are limited. That is what I see. Because Asian philosophy is huge and it's deep, and it has 3,000 years of history. So it's time tested. So there's a wisdom that accumulated over thousands of years. And I think if you approach a method like Shiatsu and then you start to interpret it on a personal level, we don't have the experience, we don't have the wisdom, we don't have the backup to really truly understand what these arts are about. As I mentioned, so I'm returning now back to the study of yin and yang, and there is so much still to learn, there's so much still to understand. So I think it's maybe a good idea to just trust, to trust traditional systems and to dedicate yourself to traditional systems and just go along with them for 10, 20, 30 years. And but then if you really mastered some of the most basic principles, like you incorporate some of the most basic principles, then you might add a personal twist, that's fine. But too many people add the personal twists way too early. And then you just get interpretations which are based on 5 years of experience, 7 years of experience. And I think we lose a lot because, as I mentioned earlier, those systems can take you till realizing your full potential. And but then you need some, you need a guidance. You need a way to go, and and that's what I mean when I say I'm a traditionalist. It's my decision to follow a traditional way to see how far can I go, and also to preserve maybe some of the traditional aspects in Shiatsu. But so Shiatsu is a young method, so it's hard to talk about a tradition in Shiatsu. So maybe yes, you have to refer to maybe other philosophies. So I'm strongly influenced by Taoism, but Taoism and Shintoism, they're very close together from their viewpoint. And a huge topic, but I hope it covers
yes. I mean, exactly. So what I was thinking that we could really talk about this for hours, and I hope that that you will touch upon this issue maybe during your workshop in summer in August. So Mike, thank you ever so much for being with me here. And I think we really look forward to having you in Hungary on this picnic. And folks from all over Eastern Europe, please join us. And I hope you've been more inspired to participate. So the Eastern European Shiatsu Picnic will take place on the 12th, 13th, 14th of August at Lake Balaton in a beautiful setting in Hungary. So let's have fun, let's learn, let's bring up Shiatsu more and more. So thank you very much, Mike, once more.
Yes, see you there.